Hello, everyone. You could see that I came in with a dance. Yeah, so it shows that I'm excited to be at this particular session, right? I'm happy to be able to, do this video. Yes, it's a recorded video, but I know that by the time you're done with this video, you're going to have an exciting time. You're going to be dancing out because you must have gained knowledge that you can take away with you. So I would like to welcome you, especially. My name is Lola Agnes Falokon. I like to be called Laugh. That's LAF, is right there on the screen. And I run this platform, which is called Connect with Laugh. I'll be sharing my screen in a bit. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen right away, and I would want you to join me as we go along. Welcome. I hope you can see my screen, right? So this is the topic that we are going to be talking about today: applying creativity and embracing courage. Wow. I'm already saying that because I know the kind of excitement you're going to feel at the end of the day, the knowledge you would have gained and what you would have learned. There's no end to learning. You might have heard something similar before, but there's always something new to learn. And what we need to do is to continuously put ourselves through that process of learning. So join me. So this is about me. So I'm a business consultant and I'm an online training expert, right? So I launched this platform, Connect with Laugh, for helping to help startups and existing businesses with strategies for sustainable growth and development. I'm very passionate about this course, and a lot more you can get from my web platform and also all the social media platforms that I have displayed on the screen, including my phone number where you can reach me and my email address as well. So let's move to the next slide. So I start with this. 5 factors unique in human. You're wondering, creativity, courage, what has it got to do with the 5 factors unique in human? So I just want to put it to you that every human being has a unique combination of 5 factors, right? But no two people in the world have the same combination of these factors. What I mean by that is that you might have education and exposure, another person might have exposure, interest, and expertise, another might have a combination of the 5, and another might just have one. But no two people have the combination of the same and the same thing to deliver. So that's what makes you unique, because you might have education, you might both have education, but not the two of you probably will have education in fitness, and you might have education and expertise in something else, probably in baking, or you might have interest in traveling and all that. So that's the way it works. So expertise too, like somebody like me, I say I'm an online training expert. So I train online. I like to discover new things online, and I also give to people what I have through my online platforms. So I'm very keen about that. Experience as well, I have that because I've worked for several years in organization, with different organizations, but particularly the last, which I worked a lot with small, medium, and small and medium enterprises. So that means I've worked with both startups, small and medium enterprises, right? And I have a lot of experience of over a decade. So that is nothing small at all. I mean, that is something that gives you that urge over other people, right? So let's move on to, so that's why I introduced with this. And you have to now discover what are those 5 factors. Out of these 5 factors, what are the things that you personally have? You have to go and sit down and discover it. There's no way you don't have a unique, factor. You don't have something unique in you, but it is to be able to discover that thing and to be able to use that thing to your advantage and to deliver on what you're going to be doing. So let's move on. on the topic for today. So I talk about creativity here. So creativity, I'm not using any dictionary definition, but I'm just explaining it in a way that people can relate and is easy to understand. So it's a process of developing unique and innovative solutions and offering simply put here, right? How can we apply creativity so that we can get more understanding on what I'm talking about here? We need to be able to do what? Challenge the current ways. It's not the way we've been doing things all along that we want to do it. And we want to be able to say, oh, we move away from the status quo. That is like the regular, what you've been doing all this while. We want to be able to say, we can do it in another way. We can disrupt, you can, move away from the regular. And so many organizations that we all know that are out there, that are popular names. We can mention a number of them. Even all these platforms that we use, a lot of the people that have come up with these platforms, they've done things in a different way, right? Even the stream yard that I'm using to stream this, to be able to record this, it's something that I just saw. I I saw, and I'm going to be talking about that when I'm talking about embracing new ideas. I attended a webinar using this stream. I mean, somebody used StreamYard, and I found it very interesting and exciting the way the platform, everything looked. And I said, oh, I would like to use this. And I went to research, and to see what they offer and the things that I can use there. I said, okay, I'm going to give it a try. And these are the things that, so it takes me to the second thing about embracing new ideas. We need to be able to embrace things as they come. It's not because I'm an online training expert. It's not because I want to, be current, or I want to be able to, know what is going on, or I want to be able to be trendy for those probably in fashion and other things, or I want to be able to, like, oh, not be left out. No, the personal interest is there to be able to embrace these new ideas, right? I like to embrace new ideas. When things are coming to me, I don't say, oh, I'm too old to do this, or I'm too young to do this, or I don't say, oh, this is not for me, probably it's for somebody else. There are certain things that probably, oh, it might take a longer time, but I don't still mind putting myself through that process. At times I go through, it in a shorter way. I could go through it through trainings, right? Through trying to quicken the process if it's something I know I need to do very quickly. And I'm going to be talking about trainings, because even what you're doing here, you're learning something new. And when you also sit for a program, or probably a paid program or a training, it also adds more to you, because number one, you're more focused, you're more determined, you have put something down, and you're determined that you want to make the best out of it. And it makes you to be more, to be able to utilize all those things that you're taking out of that training. So it's very, very important that we embrace new ideas. People that have disrupted so many things around the world, they didn't do it by stroke of luck. They did it because they were putting their best foot forward. They were trying to, like, embrace this. They were challenging the current ways. They were doing things out of the ordinary, right? So that is what had helped a lot of people, even though you don't even know how it's going to work. That's why I put that in italics. A lot of times we don't know how those new ideas will work, but we just want to embrace it, right? Asking questions or addressing problems by exploring different and diverse perspectives. We need to ask questions. Like my people would say, where I come from, right, in the Yoruba land, they would say that bere okishino, meaning that if you ask, you will not miss your way, right? That's like the literary interpretation, but it also means a lot, because it means that it will quicken the process for you. Rather than you going round in circles, you would have gotten the answer and you would have been able to run with it, rather than somebody that is holding back and saying, I don't want to ask anybody because I'm shy. I don't want people to say, oh, I don't know this. Why? For crying out loud, why? Ask the question, and so that you can address the problem, right? So addressing problems too goes beyond just, oh, the question or trying to find a solution to something, but you yourself being a solution provider. You yourself being a solution provider to people. And that's why people say business these days is not about what I like to offer people, but what people want. What do they want? What is their pain point? What do they need? What are the issues that they need to address? So those are the addressing problems by exploring, and you want to explore different ways and diverse perspective. So it's not like the regular thing, but you are giving them something new, something distinct, something, it could even be something that they want, right? And you're making it obvious to them that yes, this you need. So promoting, or it promotes re-evaluation, right? Creativity promotes re-evaluation. So things that have been evaluated before, it promotes the re-evaluation of those things. So no idea or solution is good forever. I put that also in italics, right? No idea is good forever. You could have preferred a solution right now, but in the next few minutes, or in the next hour, or in the next few days or months, that solution is as good as still, or probably it's not even a solution anymore. Something new is going on, probably around that thing. And you have to be able to do what? Continue to move forward, to search, to research, to understand how else can we provide the solution? How else can we provide the services? How else can we do this for people? How else can we make people happy? How else can we provide or meet their wants, oh Lord? Meet their needs and meet their wants. So, brainstorming and collaboration through open mindedness and flexibility. Brainstorming and collaboration. How do you brainstorm? How do you want to brainstorm and collaborate? Through open mindedness and flexibility. You have to be flexible. You have to be flexible and you have to be open minded. So, brainstorming, you come together. A lot of times with other people, you cannot be an island or work in silos. No, it's always good. Work as a team, work together with people, collaborate, effort with other people, and to be able to make huge, good use of the resources that you have, which are the human resources and people and, teams that you have with you, right? So these are things that we need to note when we are talking about creativity. So that's why I said it's not a dictionary definition. It is something that would help you to be able to propel you forward, to be able to know how well to do it, whether it's a business idea or it's an existing business, how well you can do this and do what? And succeed. Ha, I like this. I like this. I wish I had my music back on. I like this because what is this? It's a thing that, oh, you can see this paper on the left. It looks like a piece of paper that you just want to throw away. You just want to discard. You're like, oh, this is trash. This is rubbish. But again, this same paper can be made into this. That's what you see when people take pure water wraps and nylons and different things like that, old materials, and they put it together and they make different things. They make, artwork. They make chairs, tables, different things, beddings, and different things like that. And you're saying creativity. It could be recycling, yes, but the creativity that is being put into it, that mindset that I can turn this waste into wealth. That's a creative mindset. So this had become a useful thing, which maybe children can throw around and see as a toy. A child will be attracted to what you have on the right and say, oh, I can actually use this and play around with it. Creative mindset. Creativity. What has it got to do with breaking the rules? Breaking the rules here does not mean break the law. They are two different things. Breaking the rules is like you're not doing things like the regular. You trying to be disruptive. You are disruptive, right? You're thinking about how can I do this? If it is delivery, can I run 24 hours as opposed to people that are running 8 hours? Can this be what I would do to people? Or is it my delivery time? If I say I'm going to deliver in 1 hour, can I deliver in 1 hour? If I say, oh, I can make this kind of cake, I can make a descending cake, can you do it? If you say, oh, maybe as a fashion person, can you use different things to be able to make, clothes or clothing? Can you be creative about it? Can you use water icing to make clothes? Can you use some things to do accessories? Even if it's not the actual clothes, can you use it for accessories? Can you make it different from the regular? That's what distincts you from others. That's what differentiates you. Breaking the rules. You want to collect your ideas from everywhere. Everywhere. I would stress the word everywhere. As in, you want to collect your ideas from anywhere and everywhere. Right? So see this balls, see this number of balls all over the place. I can't even take a count. But you want to collect your ideas even from the tiniest of them all, from the ants. Maybe it's the way they go about their process that you want to collect your ideas from. You can collect your ideas from just anywhere. So the ideas can be when you're even having a shower. It can be when you're in the bathroom and you say, oh, wow, this thing just jumps on you. And you take your notepad or your writing material or your phone or your device, whatever it is, and you jot it down. Because those ideas at times can be lost. So you can just use those ideas right at the moment and put it somewhere. And later you would go and, flesh it out and put it into use. Right? So collect your ideas from just anywhere. Believe the impossible. You can see the way I'm showing a lot of excitement around this because this had worked. I had tried a number of them and it had worked. Believe the impossible things that do not even look like it. Believe that it can happen. In creativity, you have to believe what is impossible. See this plant and it's growing in this place that even looks like nothing can ever, sprout there. And this plant is growing, not just growing alone with flowers. So that means it has been there for a while, growing and surviving on what? I'm not even sure. There's source of water. There's something that keeps it, that makes it grow. What is it? Believe what even looks impossible. It's not just, in our religious circles that we say these things, but can we apply it? Can we use it in what we are doing? Believe the impossible. Then I'm going to move out. I've talked a lot about creativity, and in your mind, this should have stirred up a lot of things, right? How you can be creative. So I said it's more practical than giving you a definition from the dictionary. Applying it to your everyday business or life or career, and it pushes you forward. So I'm going to go straight to embracing and building courage. There's a lot more that I can talk about in creativity. If you connect with my tribe, I'm going to be talking about that. And I've also shown you my details earlier on. And I'll still be showing you at the end of this session. And I'll be talking to you about all the things I have that I'll be offering startups and existing businesses that really want to grow their business and succeed. So, but before then, let's talk about how to embrace or build courage. See this person. See the giant stride. See it. See how this person is taking that giant leap. This is huge. He doesn't even know. He or she doesn't even know whether he's going to succeed, but he has that courage. He has that willpower to be able to say, yes, I can do it. I can. Yes, I can. And you can see it happening here, right? Let's move on. So how do we do this? How are you going to start? How are you going to build that courage? How are you going to embrace the courage? So how do you start? Start from just where you are, where you're seated, where you're standing, where you're watching this from. Start from there. It could be something around you that you need to use to be able to propel you forward, to be able to push you forward. Start from there. Start from there. Start from that very place. The next point here is be honest with yourself. Be honest. Don't be deceptive. Don't be deceiving people. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with people. Who are you? That's the next point. Don't claim to be where you are not. Don't claim to be somebody that you're not. Don't claim to be an influencer when you are not yet there. Let people call you that name. Let people, put that title on you. Let people say, yes, you're their coach. I call myself a consultant, but a lot of people call me a coach. You would say it from some of the testimonials I'm going to be sharing when I'm talking about my program. I mean that I'm launching soon. That program is out. It's going to be out, and I want you to, buy into it. It's just a small one. It's a token fee, but it's heavily loaded. It's called Start Small and Scale. That is SSS program. Let's not talk too much about that, but let's focus on this and I will talk about it at the end of this. Don't claim to be where you are not. The person at the bottom of the pyramid can always get to the top with time if you provide real value. The value, next time I'll put it in bold, real value, and you're consistent. I talked about solving problems earlier on. That is part of providing value. When you're solving people's pain points, when you're solving people's problems, don't you know that you're providing value to them? And you're consistent. People are seeing that you're there. You're always there. You're always doing it. And you're intentional. Then another thing here, which I'd put as the number 4 point, is invest in yourself. You cannot help it. You need to invest in yourself. I've done a lot of trainings. If you go to my site, you will see them there. Things are acquired over time. And some of my trainings, I'd also put it there on my YouTube channel. There's some videos I'd put up, and I'd put some of the things I've done. That is just a brief of a lot of things I've acquired. Go to my LinkedIn, you will see some of the things I've achieved over time. And I've not stopped. I'm still achieving more. Every year there's a target for something I want to do. There's a target for training. There's a target for learning. There's a target for people working with me. As I'm building myself, I'm building the community. I'm building the resources, the people that I have working along with me, the team. So invest in yourself. Document your learnings. Document it. Don't throw it away. Don't trash it. You don't know when it's going to be useful. In fact, a lot of times it's useful. Document it. Invest in yourself. Know that people don't buy what you do, but what do they buy? But why you are doing that thing. They buy the why. The why. We'll talk about it in the next slide. So what's your strong why? What's that strong why? What's that why? See the hand up. The why do you want to do what you're doing? Why? What gives you that seal that pushes you forward to do what you're doing? And the moment you discover that why, what do? Shout it out. Shout it out. Communicate the message. Communicate to people. I'm communicating to you right now. I'm telling you that I am trying to build startups. I'm trying to build new businesses. I'm also trying to help existing businesses through strategies and models in which I use for them to be able to grow and develop their businesses. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. No, that's not what I'm doing. It's a process. And when you go through the process, you would be able to achieve those things I want to achieve. Shout it out, communicate your message. It will draw people to you automatically and help those who are your target audience that have similar goals and visions to align very quickly with you. They will align with you. They will align. It will draw people to you. And those who are your target audience that have similar goals and visions to align very quickly with you. Let your why be your guide or your motivator. That why, that strong why, let it be your guide. Let it guide your thoughts. Let it guide your actions. Let it guide all things that you're doing. Let it motivate you. Even when things do not seem like it, you might have tried something, it seems like it's not working. Oh, you wanted to launch this and probably, people are not really buying. What didn't you do well? Go back to the drawing board. If you know you have those 4 I's and 4 E's rather, an I, or any of them, you don't need to have the 4, even if it's just one, and you're using that effectively. Go back to the drawing board. Let the why be the guide. Why are you doing it? If you have been able to identify the why, then nothing stops you. Nothing stops you. Remember the guy that was trying to jump between one cliff to the other. There's a reason, there's a why. Don't expect the process to be easy. Do it afraid. I like this slogan, which has been the boss thing now. Do it afraid. It's been like the in thing. And a lot of people say, do it afraid. But it's to mean what you're saying. Don't expect the process to be easy. A lot of times things are not as easy as it may seem. It's not as if it will be so hard or difficult, but it might not be as easy as expected. But do it afraid. Do it Afraid does not mean that you're scared, you're shaking. No, you're doing it and you have the belief and the confidence that it's going to work. Even when it seems like, oh, you're putting a lot of effort and you're not seeing the result yet, just keep doing it. Keep moving forward. People are watching. The process, what's the process? Start by building. You need to build. You need to build the process. How do you build? You're solving problems, you're providing solutions. So you have to discover what kind of problems do I want to solve? What kind of solutions am I providing? You need to understand it. And that's where the building starts from. What? Why? So it's a process. What do they, that's your audience, what do they want? What do they want? Not just their needs, but what do they want? What they want what will keep them up at night. That's supposed to be will keep them up at night. That make them stay up and say, I need to achieve this, I need to do this, they're longing for answers. And if you are in the middle of providing the answers for them, oh, it's just going to be like a jackpot. It will be like soap, like people say, cut soap for me. It will be like you have just cut soap. It's a slang that they use in Nigeria, and I'm sure probably in some other African countries. You know, what will they love to have? If you're able to provide that, if you're able to give them what they love to have. And that can be through research, it can be through different ways. It can be through service, it can be through, different ways in which you would have, tried to discover what they want or love to have. And that would be your target audience, looking out for these things. Then the third point here is based on the 4 E's and I that we had talked about. So this keeps coming in, it keeps coming in. Those human factors that you have. See how best you can provide solutions to their challenges through any of that. You want to provide solutions. It's still like giving them the value for what they want. And don't forget, which is going to be the final thing I'll talk about here, do it afraid again. Do it afraid. Give your best offer while even you're at it. Give your best offer and own up to what you know. Don't give what you don't know. And if you don't know, don't sit back and say, I don't know anyway, I don't know. Get back on it. And you can give them an immediate offer. Give an immediate offer because that could even solve their problem. It could be partial, but when they know that you're still going to get the solution or you're going to prefer something that could even remedy or that could even solve the problem, some people might not even mind to go away with that. Don't promise and not deliver. Don't go and promise what you cannot offer. It would be totally wrong to do that. Promise only what you can deliver. Don't overpromise and not deliver and under-deliver. Rather, under-promise and over-deliver. That's another thing that we teach doing customer service. There's a lot to offer. I'd mentioned this earlier, and I'll mention it again. There's a course coming on, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to put it on the screen. When I get towards the end of the slide, you would see it, and I'll touch on things that you would tend to know. Just subscribe, join any of my channels, and you'll learn more about what I'm offering in that course. This is just like the preamble. There's a lot to know. And you cannot know it all alone. Yes, you can Google, you can go online and search for a lot of things. Yes, there's a lot of information. But you want to fast track the process for yourself. You want to be able to do what? Collapse that time that you would have spent trying to, research, discover this and that, by quickly knowing some of those things, the mistakes that you should avoid, so that you avoid them very quickly. That course, that program, start small and scale, is for you. I'm going to talk about it later. Why do you need courage? To build your willpower and confidence. You saw that even as I was coming in with a dance, excitement. That's confidence. That's a show of confidence. It's not because, hey, I already know the people that are listening to this. No, but because I know people are going to go back, I'm going to sit down and say, hey, I've heard this, I've heard that. I'm going to go away and use all I've heard, and it will work for them. I have the confidence. That's the confidence that I have. So, the why do you need courage? You need to be able to build your willpower and confidence. And it will propel you, it will push you forward beyond your limitations. Right? See the picture there again. It pushes the hands guy. The guy's hand is like this. It's up, and the person is determined. Pushes you beyond your limitations. Pushes to sustain you, even when the chips are down. It sustains you, keeps you high up there. People would say, what is the person using? Oh, no, it's because of what you have. You have the courage to move on. You can weather the storm against unforeseen circumstances. Example is the COVID lockdown. A lot of people, businesses collapsed, crashed. A million naira business or dollar business, they collapsed. We're hearing about it all over the world, even those that I worked with, because I've been doing advisory, mentoring, and coaching and teaching all this while for years. So there were people who were doing a lot of advisory during that time. I worked with an organization and we kept on back to back with different, business owners, because a lot of them were at the verge of, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward and all of that. We had to apply SWOT and so many other to their businesses. SWOT, I would want to explain that to those that do not know, is your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. A lot of people were just seeing threats, and it was, impacting on them. They became weak, but they weren't looking at opportunities within the threats. So we had to start helping them discover the opportunities. They were the ones bringing it out themselves, because they do their business is best. You are the master of your business. You are the master of the idea and business that you're doing. So you know it best. So, but we can help you and nurse it. And that's where training comes in. Trainings and things like that do come in. That's the end of this particular session. But the questions and concerns, you have my email, you have my number, you can send those things in. But a lot of them, you can also join the next training I'm going to be having, which I told you about. I'm going to be showing it right here. And that is Start Small and Scale program. You're going to be seeing it on my Instagram handle. I would advise you follow me on those platforms. I will show you right after this slide. Follow me on my Instagram. Follow me on my Facebook page, where I have a community I'm building at the moment. And I have quite a number of them. And I'm engaging them a lot, in how to be able to grow their business. And a lot of them are doing well with their businesses. Join my Facebook page, connect with Love Facebook page, join me on my Instagram handle, join me subscribe to my YouTube channels and learn more about the videos I've posted there that you can use for your business to be able to make profit, grow and make profit. There are videos I put there, how you can even set your goals. They're there for free. You can have them. It's just to listen to those videos and so many others. Even the blue ocean strategy, it's there. It's there. Go out there and look at it. So the Start Small and Scale SSS program is coming up. Watch out for this. Watch out, in few days, it's going to come up. It's going to come up. Watch out for this. I don't know when you're watching this. It could be weeks after you're watching this, but it's coming up very, very soon. And this is going to change and transform that business for you. Watch out for it on all my platforms. Follow me, join me, so that you're the first to know. You're the first to know. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can connect with me. Look for my name, Lola Faloko. You would see me there on LinkedIn. And you can also search for all the things that I said earlier on about myself, my expertise, right? Join me on all these platforms. Join me here. And you will not regret being part of this. It's been nice having you, or you seeing this recording, if you're going to be listening to the recording. And I look forward to seeing you in that class. And also, like, share, and comment on my page on my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe, right? And I'm going to be, welcoming you in a grand style. For the class. Please share with all those people that can also benefit from the class. And it's going to be awesome. Awesome. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you in the Start Small and Scale program. Take care. Bye.